Hello and welcome back to the 2021 PDGA Professional World Championships presented by Grip 6. We are in Ogden, Utah for the back nine of round 4 at the Fort. You're with BigSexyBarri, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Taking a look at that front nine, Calvin Heimburg and Nate Sexton tied atop the leaderboard. Emerson Keith with that bogey, spit out on 8, and then double bogey finish, really falling back. Ezra hanging in the mix there, but a little bit of action there from the chase car. James Conrad with a smoking hot 6 under. Kevin Jones with a 5 down. They're just 2 back of the lead. Macbeth is also in the action. Chris Dickerson, anyone's ball game. 27 holes to go.
Hole 10, par 4, 598 feet. You'd like to throw the backhand as a right-handed player as far up here as you can, avoiding the OB on the right side to set up a shot through this triple mandatory to the green. You need to get up as far as possible to make that angle favorable because there still are some trees in here you need to get past. OB on the long side.
$100K destroyer?
Yeah.
100K referring to the 100K Jomez party, now at 300,000 followers, thanks to you guys.
Needs a big skip.
Big skip. It's going to be a tough angle from there, though. Not near far enough or right enough.
Not a good shot.
And from what I know about you, I'm going to say no dice. That's going right to the middle of the mandatories.
You'll have to wait and see.
Calvin has turned this over, and this looks creek bound.
Good kick. He needs one. Did not get it.
Out of bounds and decision time for Calvin.
Ezra assuredly going for the pin.
Yeah. And that's a good move. If it misses everything, he's going to be putting.
A little left.
Maybe.
Or is that just... Yeah,
It's
a little
primo.
left, but that's money.
Yeah. Emerson needs to get things going right now. That's a good drive. That's going to be drifting right. It's going to get all the distance you need. Yeah, that's quality. Good shot.
Calvin going to go for it.
Oh, no. This looks wide.
Oh my gosh.
What do I know? Get me out of the booth.
Standing still on the uneven ground.
That stance.
Incredible shot.
And look, he's just stoic. Unbelievable shot. Forehand. That's going to need to go hard left at the end of the flight.
I had a lot of little trees in my way. I told myself, you got to throw a better drive if you want to go through that, Mando. You got to earn the right to attack this hole, and I didn't do it with that bad drive.
Emerson. Enemy at the gates.
Even if you get it this far, you still have a couple little buggers right there in the middle of the green.
Like
right
that
there.
one? That
right
one, maybe?
there. That's the exact one.
Yeah.
If you can miss those first 3, you're absolutely parked. If not, you're going to have to earn it.
I went a little too far with the forehand. I was throwing the forehand to try to set up an angle to the basket for the long putt. A little too far. Have to lay that up. Couldn't really see the basket.
Emerson, that's a very tricky angle. He's going to have to go high hyzer.
Call it 70.
Yes!
Oh, let's go.
That's what we needed.
Incredible.
And applause from the competitors. Love seeing good shots. Love seeing that little double bogey followed up with a big hyzer putt.
What a putt. Then picking up the mini with the anticipation of the roar. God, what a good feeling, I'm sure.
Amazing. Ezra, unfettered by the tree kick, making a nice putt. He is playing really, really well right now.
Looks like the Terminator as he walks around there.
Oh yeah, he was already on his way. He didn't see that recoil action there at the end, but he didn't need to. He putted it exactly how he intended, and that was a great stroke.
It's best he doesn't see things like that.
Calvin to save par from Bogeyville into Par City. Incredible. So a couple of pars for our leaders. Emerson Keith chipping one back.
Big difference between Bogeyville and Partyland. That's for sure.
Looking at hole 11 here, par 3, 484 feet with no obvious line to the basket. The best shot seems to be the high turnover that goes way right and then fades back late beyond this wall of trees that you can see this log down in. It's a big shot, and the green is really well protected. If you do go a little bit left, which I feel like has been the miss that most players have here, you're left with this putt that's really, really difficult. This fence of trees blocking the basket. This just doesn't have the flip.
Yep.
Right to that spot. Nope, it actually catches the Guardians there. Doesn't even get to that left-hand side you were talking about.
Should be a fairly easy jump putt approach for the par.
Again, not quite enough.
And there's that tricky spot. He's going to, for sure, run it. He's going to try to get through those branches and make something happen, but it's about a 3-disc width to make that putt.
Yeah, 7 back with only 26 holes remaining. It's go time now. I mean, Emerson's going to be full steam ahead, and he's been that way the whole time. He has been very aggressive right from the outset, but you know, if there's times when you might have played safe before, I think he doesn't have that luxury anymore. There are plenty of strokes to be gained and lost at this course, however, so
nobody really getting the turn on it. In this round, was there a right to left wind maybe scaring everybody?
Headwind, and
Okay.
and we all kind of thought, we were talking about it a little bit, we all expected a little more help from the headwind than we ended up getting.
as we're going hyzer jump putt, and that is no easy par putt.
Calvin is on hole 13 right now.
And he's back to 11. It was actually a really good little scramble putt. Oh, just a tiny window, almost connecting. Good effort from Emerson.
And you don't want any piece of it. You're just going around it, set yourself up for a 15-footer. Smart play. Nice play as long as you can make something you've made a career out of doing, which is tapping in 15-footers.
Yeah, I didn't really have any angle. I was a little farther up than Emerson. No real opportunity to even attack between those branches.
Oh, okay. Ezra close enough that it really wasn't too concerned with that. And that is a par for everyone as soon as Calvin comes and taps out his par, and we'll move on to the incredibly difficult par 4, hole 12.
What do you think, Jerm? Incredibly difficult. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, sure. The tee shot here has about a 10-foot wide window that you have to get through right about here, and you want to get your disc moving left. Most players are going to try to stay right side of these trees in the middle of the fairway that you see right now and try to move somehow either right around here. Most good shots land right about now, but we saw Calvin boost one around the corner the first time out here at the fort. From there, it sets up a very technical approach. The widest route to the left is probably the best entry to the green, but there is an OB creek down the left by the basket and an OB fence that goes all the way down the fairway. Maybe a fortunate kick there for Ezra, putting him back in the middle of the fairway. really, you don't have anything. If you're left or right of center, it is a nightmare on this hole. This has been a shot we've seen Ezra throw quite a bit this weekend, and he is really dialed in with that late flip forehand.
Emerson.
Did I say Ezra again?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good with first names starting with the letter E.
They look so similar. I understand.
Yeah, and here's Calvin with the flex forehand.
Okay, all right.
Sexton, you get that turned over through the fairway. You catch a little bit of foliage. Yeah, see, I've been working on it, boys. On the left.
It doesn't show.
Excuse me. And you'll have a little upshot into the green from there.
Calvin will not have an upshot into the green. That is no good. No good.
Sidearm rollies. He's seen a few of them this round already from you. And decent play. Gets to the middle, he'll have something from there.
Yeah, and I mean, he's still 60 feet short of where you want to see your drive land, and that a par would be remarkable from right here.
Emerson over on the right by the fence. There is a bit of a gap back here.
Look at that. Look at that commitment. Oh, my
Ew.
goodness.
What a shot.
That's nasty. Look at him look back with a smile. He's like, look what I did. I love those moments.
That is insane. What a shot.
And the forehand roller is a great shot, but you never want to do it back to back. It's almost always a sign of a hole gone wrong if you have to do 2 forehand rollers in a row, as Calvin did there.
He could have another one. Is this finding the gap? Oh my gosh, it is. That is beautiful. What a shot. Big moment for Calvin. You're up there looking for a birdie, and he's got to get up and down for the bogey. And that fence does serve as a good backstop. A well-thrown shot, actually. Getting the height right, getting the distance right. That should be a bogey for Calvin.
And this was a crazy shot. Ezra goes for the skip.
Oh, gosh.
Huge high skip and blocked by the tree.
I thought for a second that he hit the right side of the tree and kicked over the fence.
All right, so he has this lengthy putt. Let's call it 60. Probably right at 50.
So that'll be a drop shot for Ezra. And this is for 2 shots at minimum. And that is huge. Great putt. Incredible birdie from an out of position forehand anhyzer gap.
I was lucky to have just enough room to reach out and access the fairway from that spot I found myself.
Just like that, you've opened up a 2-shot lead. Ezra dropping a shot. Emerson, fantastic birdie from the fence line. Not going to see many birdies from off the fairway.
And now hole 13, a hole I know you like, Paul. Can you take us through this one?
Yeah, one of my favorites on the course. Even though it's only 215 feet, there's really one way to get a disc to fly to the basket, and that's this high or low route over here on the left. Get it to stall, have a nice soft shot into this little protected green. You might have to do a straddle. You might see some tomahawks, but if you want to see one fly, it's going to have to be on that left-hand side.
Emerson electing to go low. He's navigated just past the drop zone, which is
Terrifying.
terrifying. And you're going that medium height. Is this getting to the ground fast enough? It is. That's a good shot.
Now, are you trying to go that route, or are you not getting enough turn?
That was exactly what I wanted.
Nice.
The first round I tried to go over the branch.
What is a little grenade?
Yeah.
Okay. It stays in bounds, but not the putt you want to be looking at.
And here is the over the branch shot from Calvin, but this is overcooked a little bit. Not going to fade back quite as much as he might have liked.
Catches a good branch to give him a questionable look.
Yeah.
What kind of person are you? That's what that spot asks the player.
Oh, no. No. Yeah. To quote Missy Gannon, do you see fear or do you see opportunity? And that could be another two-stroke swing with this putt. And it is, and you have opened up a 4-shot lead on just this card. And I don't think Calvin Heimburg's in second place anymore, folks.
So fast, things can change here at the World Championships.
Wow.
On a little 200-footer.
Calvin staying aggressive, and he's been aggressive all week. And I mean, why not? He's knocked down so many of those putts from outside circle 2 even. He's been crushing them from everywhere, but that time it bit him.
And now on to 14, par 4, 652 feet with out of bounds creek down the right side. You'd like to throw low and skip up left into this area. The creek then bends and crosses the fairway, so you are forced to cross it at this point to get to the green. That can be done with a mid-range up high, hyzering down softly to the left. I'm going with a destroyer here, and it's awful.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You didn't really think that was a nice shot, did you?
I don't anymore. I did at the time.
And that is not good, but safe.
Safe
Yes,
somehow.
yes. That's what I was scared of, because in the first round at the Ford, I went into the water right, trying to make a correction, way overdid it, and stayed super short. Emerson also pushing that right side.
And you want to push that right side, and you want to get underneath that little low-hanging tree on the right side if you want to land in the ideal landing position, but it's flirting with danger.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Calvin will show you how to do it. Calvin will show you how to do it, plus another 50 feet.
Too far left, though. I mean, he's going to not have much from over there. Skinny gaps at best.
This becomes a very difficult par 4 even from here.
Look at that little thing sticking out into the fairway.
Oh.
Not really the fairway. Let's be honest. I'm kind of off the fairway there. But just clips that, takes all the distance out of the shot, shoots me to the right.
I mean, you're still technically a par 4 away. Like, you're still not in position to go for the green, I don't think.
Look at this nice break, though.
Stays in bounds.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a whole lot of forward progress, though.
This one, too.
Those are really surprisingly good breaks to stay in bounds. But, I mean, that creek there slopes to the water. I mean, the bank slopes into the creek. And
This is an aggressive shot. And it was almost perfect.
okay. Feeling some nerves, maybe, perhaps?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Not extremely. Just frustrated at this point.
Yeah.
That's in bounds.
It is.
Okay, not much going here. Calvin patiently waiting from really the only good shot thrown so far.
That was the second good shot thrown to this hole.
I think my forehand was a good shot.
Ezra
But
with
my first two were quite bad.
And Calvin.
This is lifting.
That wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
He did not make the corner.
Dang. So he had an opportunity to dish back a 2-stroke swing, and I don't think he's going to get 2 of them, but most likely going to get 1.
And that's a good little stroke right there. It looked like a tight little window, kind of stressful given the fact that you're lying 4.
Yeah, it was stressful.
And a good little approach for Emerson.
Calvin scares it for the birdie from way out.
To save the par, a great scramble for Ezra.
Good putt there. Bogey, though.
10 back now for Emerson, and I guess he'll technically be 9 back after this putt drops, but
That almost missed.
it didn't.
It didn't miss, but it nearly did.
You guys just want off of hole 14. And now you will be able to proceed to 15. Congratulations.
15 is, as you can see, a very tight gap to start. And then you have some open air space before you run into 50 trees. And then you're going to need to find your gap through there. How are you going to do it? Straight at it with the backhand, flex forehand possible as well. This log, about 40 short, stops anything low. So you really need to commit, hit your line perfectly. Then you have a way to get to the basket. We have also seen a few people take big hyzer.
Not Ezra. He's electing to go right side, try to get past everything and get a fortunate kick. That is a great result.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Gets in the circle. Nice kick at the end, like you said. And Ezra's having a good round. Not a great one, but good enough.
Look at
That
this shot.
doesn't get any better. He's done that both times he's played this hole. It's just, what is he seeing? Like, where? He's not even close to hitting any trees. Like, there was no point where that shot was within a foot of a tree. I didn't even know that was possible.
I want more Anheuser there.
That's a makeable putt. We have seen that putt made. Yeah. There's one more to beat for Emerson, and he's home free.
Well, I know he's not laying this up. On target, just pretty much impossible to get the height. That's why he went wide there with the hyzer, trying to scrap out anything at that point.
Ceiling looked kind of low there.
Yeah, for my putt, it was definitely a concern.
Ezra, no way. Just a bit right. Could have stayed.
And that one barely stayed.
A little tension here on the lead card right now.
Good. That's what it needs to be at the World Championships.
Mm-hmm. Calvin's still waiting to tap in his drive. I mean, just
And the thing is about
absolute park job.
sorry to interrupt you there, Jerm. But about the lead card, when you have those lulls like that, the rest of the field
I'm Paul
can feel
Ulibarri
that.
with today's Bushnell hole
listen to me.
breakdown. You can find the Edge Disc Golf Rangefinder at the link in the description. Hole 16 is one of the more beautiful holes on the course. With a 44-foot drop, it becomes even harder to land something soft on this small island. Birdies are a wonderful thing here on this tough course. This is one you want to get. But let's face it, it's the Worlds. They're all must-gets. Let's see how it plays out.
Strong headwind. We have not faced that on this hole yet this week.
And Calvin is in, and he is parked. Back-to-back follow flights for Heimburg. Look at that thing just pushing down, and that reverse action that you sometimes see with that much of an elevation drop with a driver.
I was giving a lot of credit to Emerson earlier about his sidearm skills, but man, has Calvin showed up with his as well this turn.
Oh!
Are you? Go in. Oh, no. No.
Oh, my gosh. No way that just happened.
Did he go inside the basket?
Yes.
No, he did not.
This thing is down.
No way that just happened.
Watch it go in and back around the backside.
No way that is the worst break I have ever seen in my life, I think.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh my gosh. How do you follow that up? Sit. Okay, good sit. Oh,
Ezra's break was made even worse by the fact that the majority of the fans can't see past that little wall. And they were just cheering and cheering and cheering as the thing is rolling out of bounds, and none of them even know.
oh.
That is so bad.
Boy.
That is so good, but that is hard to commentate on. Just a beautiful shot here from Emerson when you saw one of the worst things ever. Base job.
Yeah. I need a minute. That was... Come on, Ezra. Make this. Man.
Sit.
How do you deal with those emotions?
Cry. You cry a little bit. Cry, you laugh, you love.
Grown men cry.
Love to see that, though. Nice little birdie putt from you, Nate.
Good putt from Ezra, honestly. That's not easy to do. I mean, he's just faced a semi-spit out on the hole before after a great drive and then threw the disc inside the basket.
Look at Calvin, though, going back-to-back.
A reverse spin roll backwards OB.
It almost feels like we got to find a way to write a rule that doesn't allow that to happen. I mean, I know that's not possible on an island hole, but it was just so brutal to see a perfect shot, nearly a hole-in-one. I mean, James aced it with the no chains. This thing was coming close to doing the exact same thing. Hole 17, par 4, 648 feet. 300-foot water carry gets you started, but you've got a lot of trees right on the water line. So if you miss your line and hit one of those, you're very likely to fall backwards into the water and go to a extremely difficult drop zone over 400 feet from the basket from kind of mulchy ground. Let's get a Gatekeeper Media check-in. James Conrad, 7 under already here on 17.
And you know he's outside the circle. That is James Conrad's snack time. A little slide into the basket to take the disc out. That's going to get him... That's going to continue that hot round. 7 under for Kevin through 17 holes. And Nick Beth is now 18. We saw him last time at 4 under. Now it's 9 down through 17. Last time we saw him, he was 4 under through 9. He has done some solid work on the back 9.
And he's at 30.
Calvin. Oh, just a one last tree to beat, and he is so far up the fairway. He's got a putter in, and now I don't think he's going to have a second shot to the green.
Yeah, straight into the bushes there. Oh, this fun little skip.
Oh, okay. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. That'll give you a little look.
You'd like to have that thing shoot a little more right to have a good angle for that second shot.
I got to throw it higher.
Emerson's got this turned over. If this finds the gap, this is going to be really nice. And he's tucked in that little grouping of trees. It's going to be an obstructed second.
Let's see a good break here from Ezra.
Yeah, it's just
You
sit
don't-
down. It's just
okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the spit out putt on 15, the spit out ace to OB roll on 16 for Ezra, just not going well. Gonna look at James, Gatekeeper Media, 15, 16, and 17, all birdied by him. 29 under on the final hole.
Has to jump off the tee box. That is a patented James Conrad move. Just
Wow.
putting the brakes on at the edge of the OB line down the left side of the fairway. Macbeth is at 9 under, and he is sitting at a total of 30 under, like you had just said. And you're at 31 now
Yes.
after the bogey and then the birdie.
Wow, both of them just barely stay in bounds.
I think they're right next to each other. And Kevin Jones is at 7 under, and he's sitting at 29 under.
Has there ever been a world championship with scoring this tight?
Oh, boy. Not in my lifetime. Not in my disc golf.
Not in my memory, but
Yes.
I certainly can't remember them all.
I shouldn't say in my lifetime.
Asking for it to stable out a little bit. Not getting it, but that's doable from there.
I am super obstructed here. Gonna go high Anheuser Firebird.
It is
Over the house?
Over the road.
No way.
I just didn't see
How?
that happening. It's over the road, OB long.
what?
I didn't even think about that as a possibility. Figured the Firebird would flex back, but I'm out of bounds way long.
No way. Emerson going back door, and he's got a lengthy look for the birdie.
Yeah, just outside the circle. Little stepper.
Calvin has to navigate.
Ew.
That drive was so close to perfection, and now he's having to scramble. And doesn't look like it's that pretty over there either.
Still doing stuff.
Yeah, he's YSO.
This is the fort.
You're still out.
Just a lot of kneeling sidearm Anheisers on this
Oh,
course.
wow.
That was great.
Yeah, what touch and accuracy from Calvin. Let's get to Kevin's approach shot, thanks to Gatekeeper Media. Look at this flip up. Oh my gosh. 400 feet, flipping it up to part.
Wow.
It's one of the best shots I've seen in a long time right there.
Wow. I mean, and this is, aside from hole 3, this is the most open shot we have thrown all round. So you're all dialed in the woods, and now you have this big, long opening. Macbeth showing his sidearm power and what a round he is putting together. That putt to get to 10 under for the round. You knew he was going to do it at some point.
James with that big Anheuser.
What on
I
earth?
like your guys' sidearms, but check out this skill.
Oh my gosh.
I have.
What a stud. What a shot. Oh my God. What a nasty Anheuser. Oh man. Meanwhile, back to the lead card. Your par putt comes up short. That's going to be another bogey. That's going to take you down to 30. It looks like Macbeth is going to leapfrog because he has got a short putt to get to, well, he's already at 31.
That putt will be for 31.
Okay.
Let's see a good one here. Little step through.
Yes.
There we go.
And that putt gets Emerson back to even on the round. Not at all what he was hoping for today. He's dropped out of the conversation, unfortunately, and played some incredible golf so far this week, but you can just see it in his eyes when he makes a putt like that and isn't that pumped about it.
Yeah, and kind of deflating feels like on that lead card right now, even though that right there is
What a
for
round.
for the lead and a beautiful birdie on the last hole. Unreal that all three of these guys have birdie looks on 18. It is so hard.
5 rounds is just too long for Paul to not make a move at some point. You just know it's going to happen. We've seen him throw so many non-Paul-like shots thus far this tournament, and yet here he is, 10 down, storming ahead.
I feel like they might write books about him someday or something.
If they don't, they're losing out on a lot of money. Come on, disc golf writers, let's put something together.
Look at this wind.
James with a 9 under, getting to 30 under. Kevin, 7 under, and now he's at 29. Or that was Mason Ford, excuse me, but Kevin will tap this out.
For 30.
And he's at 30. Okay. 8 under round, some incredible disc golf. My goodness.
And as that's happening, lead card needs to stay focused because that barely gets over safe.
Okay.
Because 18 is no picnic.
Calvin, well right.
Get through everything. It does sit. Oh, okay. That's the best drive you're going to see on hole 18.
He did not like it out of his hand line-wise, but in the end, since it got through those trees, wonderful.
I guess best is maybe not the right word for it, but the best result you're going to see. And does that kick OB?
Ew.
Oh, no.
This poor guy.
Somebody
Yeah.
get this man a break.
Yeah, it's crazy right now for Ezra.
Oh. And Excal sidearm Anheuser boosted turbojet. Oh my gosh, all the way to the road. That tree is 410. And you just went 30 past it? What?
Slinging him.
Slinging them, yeah. Dude, that was nasty.
Emerson a little bit out of position, just playing for the par, as he should.
And I feel like this is a hole you go into feeling great about your position. You know that you're leading the lead card, at least. And you're not necessarily thinking, oh, I have to birdie 18. This is the 4th hardest hole, and it's averaging 0.38 over par. But your drive is too good.
This looks cooked.
Oh, there's the break.
Wow.
There's the break we needed.
That is it. I did not know that it went like that.
A good approach shot from the drop zone. That'll be a par for Ezra to finish the round. But you're
Trying to get my line here into the sun. 330 feet to the basket.
oh, this is
Tight.
Terrible.
oh, you hit
Terrible.
a tree limb.
Well, but you should be nowhere near that tree. That was
Yeah.
an awful shot.
I saw that shot come in on the green, and I was wondering who could have come up so short. I did not see it hit the limb, and that makes a little bit more sense now. But Calvin, now knowing that you're out of bounds short, he can put this close, and he can leapfrog you and get to 30 under par.
Yeah, and kind of out of nowhere, he was struggling a bit right there in the middle, that big 4-stroke lead, and then a few holes later, all of a sudden he's going to find himself 1 stroke out. Oh! If he can make that putt.
Keeping his head up.
It was awesome watching him this week on the lead cards.
And another short left effort. It's going to drop you to 29 under. A good finish for Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson still has a lot to play for. A top 10 finish at this World Championships will go a long ways for him.
And Calvin, what a great final 4 holes. Shooting 3 down in that stretch to get to 30 under par. Ezra will finish with a par with just a full bag of bad breaks there at the back 9. And a 4 under Nate. That's going to put you at 29, and that's right there in the mix. Just 2 back of the lead.
Oh man, today's round, highs and lows. I had some huge putts that I was really, really happy about. I think on the 6th and the 9th. A couple bogeys late that I'd love to clean up. I think if I can do that tomorrow, I'm in with a chance. I think I'm gonna have to play really, really well, but that's what I plan on doing. Yeah, that was a big putt. I like to putt from a knee. Those guys were all up there close. It's too kind of early for me to really care about that, but I just wanted to give it a good bid. Fun to have the big crowd there still, and be able to hit one and give a couple fist pumps. It was a great moment. Yeah, it's a demanding course. Took a couple out of bounds late that I didn't expect, but trying to stay aggressive, and that's kind of what it takes. You're not going to win this thing playing it safe, so I had to push, and unfortunately in those moments, it didn't benefit me. Took a couple of late bogeys. Yeah, tomorrow I hope to keep it in bounds. I mean, I think the drives were pretty good. Hopefully learn from those lines that I missed. I was way too inside on the 18th. Hopefully be able to make that correction, finish with a big birdie, and hold a trophy. That'd be awesome.
I was stoked with my front 9. I was able to rack up 6 birdies. I was able to close out the round really well. I was able to birdie 15 through 18, so that felt great. I'm stoked with my round and the position I'm in. I think it's just great experience to have for tomorrow, especially that last shot on 18. It's definitely a forehand friendly approach. I was about 370 out, and I thought it might be to make lead card, so I wanted to put that pressure on myself and to know what it meant, like I will tomorrow if it matters. And I was able to step up and execute a 370-foot turnover with an entropy to get the birdie and lock my place in 2nd place. I've been able to make the lead card final round the last 2 Worlds we played, and both those times we went back to the open course for the final round. So this time I'm just stoked to be in the woods. Should be a blast tomorrow.
Yeah, I kind of struggled my way around the course, ended up in some rough places. Wasn't a lot of bushes, throwing some weird shots, but I was able to pull it together there at the end and get 3, I think, out of the last 4, and that was just enough, I think, to sneak me on the lead card. There's just as many birdies to be had on the front and back. Some players are really murdering the front 9, but I feel like I've actually had more luck on the back 9 this weekend, so hopefully tomorrow I can put together a solid front 9, and so I don't need to, grind out as much on the back, but I think there's birdies everywhere on this course. It's just there's also a lot of bogeys to be had too. I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm 1 back of the lead going into the final round of Worlds, so I've never really been in this position before. I've never actually performed this well at Worlds, so it's pretty awesome. I'm going to be making the lead card for the final round at a major. So Paul's a great competitor, so is everyone else on the card, and there's a lot of people on chase card that are in striking position. It's really anyone's game out here. I think any one of those people in the top 2 cards could rip out a hot round and win it, because I mean, you saw lead card today, no one did anything too special. I mean, I think 3 or 4 down is what I shot, and that was hot, and chase card came in hot, and they basically flip-flopped the card. So hot round from any of those people could win it.
Great vibes on the card today. We had Mason, James Conrad, and Paul Macbeth. So all of us obviously trying to put in an incredible score. We were kind of like keeping ourselves sidetracked, talking about other things throughout the round. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah, the most important thing for me is knowing and trusting in my game. So I'll be able to sleep tonight. I'm gonna wake up somewhat early tomorrow and make sure that I'm throwing the disc straight. And if I can do that and then knock down some putts, gain that little bit of confidence, that will take all the nerves away, and that'll just make me play golf.
We're on to the final round. 18 more tee shots left. Hopefully only 18 more putts left. But I'm excited. I'm stoked. I'm in position right now in the lead, but it really doesn't matter until who's in the lead tomorrow. As far as putting, I mean, it's been shaky all week. I think it's just getting the nerves under control. and stepping up there and feeling like I'm gonna make the putt. I think that's the biggest obstacle is trying to beat yourself and convince yourself like, I'm here, I'm gonna make this putt. Because there is so much doubt that pops in your head, because what if I miss this putt and go out of bounds? What if I miss that putt? So it's just inner battles the entire time, because I think we all know we're capable of birding any hole out on this course, but it's doing it. Today I had extreme nerves, stepping up to the first hole and then the first couple holes. So I bogeyed probably one of the easiest holes on the course. Right now I'm good, but we'll see how tomorrow is. No, I don't think the sleeping's an issue. I think it's getting here and getting in that mode of, I'm gonna go out there and attack this course and I'm gonna win this tournament.
You heard it here first. Macbeth on a mission as always, hearing from all the players, kind of nice. That was a hard fought round and nothing has been decided. We've got one more lap around the fort. I would say at least 7 players, 6 players perhaps. Ricky, you can't count that guy out. I mean, let's go 7, at least 7 or 8 players with a chance to win this thing on the final day. It's going to be the fort again. Like I said, thank you again to the Founders Club. Thanks to everybody for tuning into our coverage. We cannot wait to bring you that last round when I win the Worlds, right? I mean, isn't that's what we're going to do, right?
Let's go, Nate.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
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 We'll see you tomorrow.